turn to the top four. Victoria Guzman, who is known for getting the best out of what she has in front of her, will see today as a test of her team's bottle. The two teams are walking out now. We'll go through the lineups of both. There have been major changes for that of the home side. We'll begin with them. Starting in nets, Isabella Coelho was forced to be subbed on in the absence, of course, of Sofia Fante midway through last week. More to come on her current update and status. But indeed, Fante out indefinitely and Coelho in. Now, Chantal Maniti has kept her spot at centre-back, but her centre-back partner for the last couple of weeks, Sophia Brokenshire, has perhaps been given the message that their respective spots aren't guaranteed. Megan Mifsud and Amalia Plummer are both starting at right and left-back, respectively. Amalia coming into the starting 11 this week. Liana Luong perhaps also starts on long in the back line. It's going to be a couple of fullbacks rounding out this back four, it seems. Gabrielle Sarkis retains her position on the wings. Darcy Malone and Sakura Nojima, who of course the latter being their top goalscorer this season, will start in midfield, while Marcela Santos returns to the 11 in place of the captain, Eliza Amendolia, who makes way. Now that is incredible. Amelia Casa hunts her first goal in Macarthur Rams colours, and she'll sit alongside, of course, Sarkis and Tia Munsetsky, who knows a thing or two about scoring against APIA, particularly at this ground, and particular goals of the highest echelon. If you know the goal I'm talking about, you will certainly know the goal I'm talking about and what that means. For the away side, Brad Attard is certainly grateful that a formation change has returned APIA to their winning ways, 2 in a row to be exact. In goal for just her fifth game, in fact, is Kiwi Colossus Anna Leet. Mia Golding's perfect attendance record continues with her 16th straight start of the season, while Christina Kitchek makes a return to the starting 11 in the absence of Claudia Chico, who will come off the bench today after spending some time away internationally. Maya Lobo returns to the ground of her former employers, whom she scored against at her new home earlier this season, while Jordan Yaznos rounds out APIA's attacking back four. Estelle Fragale partners Mona Walker in midfield, of course, while Susan Fonsonken will be hoping to continue on her goal-scoring run after opening her count recently. On the right, Imogen Lane keeps her spots and makes just her third start of the season. On the left, posting goals in 3 straight games, looking to make it 4 in a row, Talia Capitanellis. And through the middle, the competition's best scorer, perhaps of this generation, Ash Letter, whose APIA goal ratio reads 0.89 per game. That is quite the return. More likely to score than not. A hat-trick on one time this occasion. A brace on thrice. Those are the two lineups here at home at Linwood. My name is Mark DePollia. Pleasure to have you here alongside me. We will see what the extraordinary number of changes for the home side will do in terms of the performance. It'll be very interesting to see how they recover after a relatively harrowing day for them, to be fair. Lots to prove out here. Sarkis in the middle, standing over it. APIA in their away strip will run right to left across your screens. The home side running from left to right. At the fantastic Linwood Park, the home of the Macarthur Football Association, of course. Underway we are, as Nojima picks up the first ball off of kickoff, launches it forward, and Mona Walker will find it, heads back towards her left back. Yasnos picked up in midfield by Malone, who turns, and Fonsong Cam, who deputises as the number 10 for APIA today. Picks up the ball for the first time in the midfield before it goes out for the first throw of the afternoon. 3 p.m. kickoff here at Linwood Park. Kitchek to her right, ahead of her Capitanellis. In the end, the header was won by Munsensky. Mifsud, the cross-code superstar, goes back to her goalkeeper, and Coelho gives it back to Mifsud, who has options either side of her. Needs to be really careful here as Imogen Lane hunts her down. Lane actually gets a touch on the ball, which keeps it alive and keeps them under duress, the home side. But through some good shielding from the left side of defence, it will just be a goal kick, the first of the afternoon. Warning signs perhaps flashing, not too brightly though. And APIA will be impressed by their press. And perhaps Victoria Guzman will be happy with the way in which Mifsud and Plummer dealt with the pressure that they were under early doors. Cleared away by Coelho. It's missed Casso and eventually found its way to Mia Golding, who lumps it forward, sending Imogen Lane on a run in behind. Plummer deals with it very well She returns to the starting 11 here today. 6-year servant of the club, Amalia Plummer. This is her 6th start as well. Letta using her body fantastically well and flashing it across the face of goal, but to no avail for APIA. No jerseys in white and light blue found, and it will be consecutive goal kicks for the home side, who are looking to play their way out of their own half for the first time in the early moments of what should be a fantastic contest. Quite the crowd on the far side of the pitch. With a local association game happening in the background as well. All APIA so far. Letta touches it into the right space but didn't find a teammate there, so she tracks back to defend. Fragale turns away from Amelia Casa and crosses the halfway line all on her own and wins the first free kick of the evening. A little show of frustration on the far side by Marcela Santos there, who is yet to see her team string more than 2 passes together just yet. Press being led by Gabby Sarkis. 2 goals to her name this year as it's given away by Susan Fonsong Cam. Sakuro Najima. And then Fonsong Cam dilly-dallying and then past a fellow A-League women's representative in Darcy Malone with quite a push in back play. Fragale using her futsal skills on this beautiful pitch to aplomb as Kitchek crosses one way, plays it the other. Sarkis closing down. Golding is there. She picks it up on the far side in front of the Macarthur Bulls. Rams, I should say, technical area. Out for a throw, the first one on that far side by the halfway line. Malone gives it back to the throw-in taker. This is already better by the Rams. whose left foot is like a laser, will deliver this one in from a fantastic angle to either try and cause some havoc from a direct shot or put it in towards the tall timber at the back stick. Either way, tension's growing here. Good ball in! And that is a significant headed effort away from Amalia Plummer, who dove in and somehow got it away, right away from danger, and probably copped a knock in doing so. Very, very brave. And I believe we have our camera back for this moment too. So thank you for rejoining us. A reminder, 1-0 it is thanks to Susan Fonsong-Cam's goal. And it was a brilliant one. Marcela Santos, their second top goal scorer this year, tests Malone's touch there and she's fouled. She's not fouled. And on we go. She stayed down in back play. Through comes Kitchek, who then cuts between two attackers leading the press on their own. And she slows things down to give it to Lobo. And that was really well done by Gabby Sarkis. Crossfield switch of players on, but on the different wavelength there. And they've given it away for the umpteenth time in midfield. It's not connecting at all right now for the Rams. Mifsud. Golding, who has come from right back again to put the pressure on. That's really well done there by Nojima. And now they're out of position. And this is where Rams have to be decisive, have to be dangerous. Continue on they do. Crossfield switch of play towards Tia Munsensky. Running up from right back is young Liana Luong. Dropped it back in here to Sakura Nojima. And really well then won there by Jordan Yasnos. Before Mona Walker goes back to Anna Leitch, who on the first time of asking clears it away. Had to be done as the pressure came in from the Rams. 14 minutes into this one. Only the second foray forward for the home side. Let's see what they can do with this bit of territory in their favour. Running in behind Sarkis. Headed out for a throw-in right by the corner flag. Need to send somebody on their way to get the ball. It's gone over the fence. Although, I don't think we'll get this ball back in play that you can see in frame because Chantal Manidi just yelled out that it's flat. Anyway, we've got our OG one back. So this is Liana Luong. And cleared away by Mona Walker. Plummer does well to snatch it out of the sky. Nojima gives it away. Clear shirt pull there on Imogen Lane. And APIA will take their time perhaps to allow themselves to get into position. It was only Letta who was on her own some. Either way, they've played it quickly. Centre back to centre back. Now back to the free kick taker. Tempo slowed right down here in favour of APIA. That's a silly giveaway though. Picked up here by Emilia Casa. This is just her 5th start and 8th game that she's been involved in since returning from the A-League Women's duties with Sydney FC, of course, where she went viral for a rather quite incredible goal. She's picked up a few assists in her time as a Macarthur Ram. She'll be hoping for her maiden Macarthur goal here this afternoon. Kitchek gives it to Lobo. Drops it back in, forming a triangle with her goalkeeper here. Just waiting for somebody to drop it in receive. The fullbacks are hugging the touchline, particularly that of Mia Golding, who's well past the halfway line, in fact. Now Imogen Lane drops back in to swap with her right winger. Something of a makeshift right back, and she gives it away under the pressure of Marcela Santos. Santos doing it all herself. Well, this is really testing here for Manidi, and she's given it away to Letta, who shoots it skyward. Fonsong Cam is there. 2 hands around Malone there, you might have thought. Malone's done really well, and she's been really in the wars in the last couple of minutes or so. She finally gets a free kick for her services. And Manidi plays it quickly. Nojima. And they give it away. That's rather silly from a player of such high technical quality. Sarkis past her. Fonsong Cam dropped it into Mia Golding, then to Lobo. And Fragale has split the 2 centre-backs here. Finds Kitchek. Capitanellis is the long ball option. It was between her and Letta. Maniti was the one who picked it up for Macarthur Rams. Mifsud, who has a goal to her name since returning to football, having spent a number of years really trying to test her trade in the AFL world. Return to football, that's returned a goal, and it was a 90th minute winner, of course. Round 11 against the Northern Tigers. Rather sensational moment. A very brave header it was. I wonder if something similar was brewing here today. Round 16 of the NPL Women's. Pace taken out of the game by APIA, who find themselves a goal up and able to control possession at will. Well won there by Liana Luong. Of course, was part of the Junior Matildas AFC Under-17s Asian Cup squad. Capitanellis. And she's finally had it taken off her. Dispossessed for the first time this afternoon. Looking for a white jersey. She's tried twice to find Mona Walker and they give it away. Well, it's a good bit of positional awareness from the home side. Was there a push in the back? No was the answer on Sarkis and picked up here by Mona Walker. Not on the same wavelength as her number 11 up top on this occasion, and out it goes for a goal kick. And the key for Macarthur Rams here is to make sure they don't work themselves into any danger, the kind of danger that caused the first goal to find the back of the net. They're going to opt to play out once again. Don't want to go 3 straight games without a win after 3 wins in a row, of course. Prior to that, 1-1 a fortnight ago. And then eventually the 5-0 against their crosstown rivals. Only 1 goal in this one. Oh, half a chance here for Nojima to turn quickly and play it quickly. She keeps it alive by sending it to Amalia Plummer. But Plummer has given it away. Malone, been their best player so far. Sending it out wide. Marcela Santos has dizzying trickery, but on that occasion the pass was under hit and given away, and APIA are able to clear. And they've dealt with everything that's come their way defensively so far, despite the fact that they're looking into the sun as well. Casa to Darcy Malone. Feeds it expertly to her stand-in captain today. Santos hits the deck, but because Fragale tacked her perfectly well, on goes the pass to find Capitanellis. In behind is Letta, and cleared away by Coelho. Oh, lovely touch by Lobo to try and look for Imogen Lane, but in not expecting the pinpoint pass, she tripped on her own feet, and out it goes for a throw. It will be Rams on the far side in front of Brad Attard and APIA's technical area. Slight push by Golding opens up the space for her to win the header. Lane was battered into there by Santos. It will just be a throw-in. And she leaves it for Amalia Plummer. Casa receives it, drops it back into the throw-in taker, then receives it again right on the halfway line, and then drops it into Chantel Maniti. Options through the centre, but the safer option is out wide. She goes through the centre to find Liana Luong. Better by the Rams. Can they find a foray forward, though, is the question. Yes, it's Liana Luong, who's just outside of the box now. She's past Yasnos, but she's still having to compete with her, who makes a good recovery run and really well held up there. And it will be a goal kick. And the Rams are unhappy with that one. There's nothing they can do. In the end, the right decision made. Decisive from the sideline referee there to give it straight away. Leet plays it to her right side, before Lobo drops it back in towards the 22-time New Zealand international goalkeeper, formerly of Aston Villa, of course, and then a stint at the Newcastle Jets before finding her way into APIA now, back in Australia. Throw-ins are plenty down that far side for the Rams. Forced Plummer to take this one a little further back. Right in front of her coach, too. Short runs Casa. Long it goes towards Santos. And down she goes. She was certainly clipped there from Imogen Lane. A little handshake between the two. And Lane is forced to jump in the wall as well. Give away the free kick. You got to stand in the way of potentially a rocket from Amelia Casa. Well, it's a long, long, long way out. You would imagine it would have to be a cross in towards the back stick. Mifsud is there. She's won headers at the back stick before. Winsensky knows a thing or two about scoring against APIA down this end of this pitch. Casa delivers, one hand raised towards the front stick, perhaps looping nice and high. Mifsud is there. It's missed everybody. Nojima is there trying to force the opportunity to open up, and in the end cleared away by APIA. Darcy Malone sends that central with a nicely disguised reverse pass. Mifsud overhits it. Set pieces have been a thing of beauty for the home side under the coach who's been here for approaching the 27-month mark, but significantly her second season. Victoria Guzman. Talented last year, having progressed 10 players through the Matilda's youth rank system, junior and young. 10 in just a year. Fantastic. Tia Winsensky goes down, wins a free kick here. Number 9 wearing right winger. Of course, became a sensation with her breakout campaign last season. 15 goals in 24 games played as a 17-year-old. Still a super young player. 2 goals to her name this year. A different role in the team. She delivers a back-spinning ball that was shy of the 18-yard mark, and APIA were able to head it away rather easily. Throw-in it will be for Amalia Plummer, the umpteenth time already. A cloud over the face of the sun means we finally have a pitch that isn't split into dark and light. Makes things easier for you guys and the players alike. Don't forget to leave a like on the stream if you have not already. Let us know that you enjoy what you're experiencing out here this afternoon on a fine footballing Sunday. Santos finds Rams, keeps it, but through a stroke of luck, Casa with a lot of bodies around her, and she runs out of space. Fonsong Cam stabs a perfect-looking ball in behind to Lane. Cavatanellis is the one sole option in the middle, and Maniti clears it away. It'll be a corner. Approaching the 1/3 mark of the game. Most certainly been APIA's. Macarthur have started to claw their way back in, but the majority of the chances have gone the way of the away side. One hand raised, and this is where they can be so dangerous. It's another good ball in towards the front post, but Maniti, for the home side, the only one in position to get anything on it. Surprised there was no APIA players there. Yasnos. Good change of direction. Past Sarkis by Golding. Good crossfield switch of play to Walker. Fonsong Cam. Great touch out of her feet. And plays it short to Estelle Fragale. Looks for the crossfield clip. Doesn't play it. Opts to find Lobo. Yasnos currently adopting a right-sided centre-back position in the absence of those still getting back from where they took the corner. This is Mia Golding, the right-back, playing at left-back. She gives it away. Mona Walker steps in. Nojima sends it central. Sarkis is there. Casa was one way. She didn't look to find her, and she's given it away in a moment of a rather major moment of indecision. That was such a waste. And she's frustrated by the reaction of her teammate, Gabby Sarkis, but I think there's good reason for the frustration from those who are more central than her. It's unfortunate. Casa sending it in behind, but nobody there. Marcela Santos has come to right wing for the time being when Sensky's moved to the left. This is Ash Letter. Sends it in behind. It's going to stay in until it doesn't. Out it goes. Manidi saw it all the way. Throw in taken by Liana Luong. Put Luong under all kind of pressure there. Santos with the underhit back pass. Nojima is there. Sakura Nojima to Manidi, who drops it back in towards her goalkeeper, Coelho, who clears it. Just about finding Plummer, but Capitanelis was there threatening. They do, however, win a throw in their favour. Very long throw. Kitchek. Just like that, nearly 30 minutes have played. 28 to be exact. Robo. Headed away and out by Amalia Plummer. Lane back to goal, and those behind her trying to knock her off her feet, and it was Megan Mifsud who did so, and the referee believes illegally so. She's saying she pulled me. The referee doesn't see it that way, and a two-woman wall standing in the way of Talia Capitanelis and Isabella Coelho's goal. Looking right into the sun, it'll be difficult for the free kick taker, but very capable indeed. It's Capitanelis. It looks overhit. It is. And for the first time in a couple of minutes, APIA finally get themselves back into their, perhaps you might say, their positions on paper. Capitanelis comes back to the left. Lane back off to the right. They play short again. Mifsud. Darcy Malone receives it and feeds it towards Casa. Brilliant ball to find Mili Casa, who goes for the crossfield switch of play towards the Brazilian. Marcela Santos feeds it inside towards the Japanese. Sakura Nojima, and then fed in behind Malone again. This is brilliant by Macarthur. They need to find a shot at the end of this to finally test an elite. Santos still crosses across the face of goal and cleared away. Walker is there, and she's allowed a bit of time and a bounce of the ball to clear it. Plummer, good pass. Malone in behind, but there was no runner to match. Elite being told she's running out of time, doesn't want to concede a corner, and she drops it at her feet. Macarthur saying you need to go and press, specifically Tia Munsensky saying you need to go and press. Eventually they did. It was cleared away, and APIA yet still have the ball. 30 minutes played, 1-0 to the away side. The home side have grown into it, but it's felt comfortable for APIA, who headed into round 16 in 4th place, 8 points off of top spot. Mona Walker, there's a chance here for the ball in behind. Letter is quick. First touch is good. It's Ash Letter as Megan Mifsud makes another amazing recovery run. An even better time tackle. Oh, she saved Macarthur Ramsbacon here. Thrown short to Estelle Fragale. Golding again. Fragale finds it impossible to lose the ball. Lane, good cut back. Across the face of goal. Again, Capitanelis was there, but Marcela Santos picks up the loose scraps. Fonsong Cam tracking her. Crosses the halfway line with a 30-yard run. It's a nice curling ball in towards Gabby Sarkis. Uses her body well, but Yasnos is there to win it back. She's so good. Sapphire Cup Final 2025 MVP, of course, from left back. Wasn't on the score sheet that day in a 3-0 win, but was very, very much the unanimous MVP recipient from her teammates that night. Another example of a good performance from her being shown so far this Arvo. Santos heads it back towards Liana Luong. Walker in strong by the former New Zealand All Whites young representative. That's a really good ball. Has to score this, Sarkis. She cuts past Maya Lobo. It's still Gabby Sarkis and a well-timed challenge. Macarthur just desperately needs to pull the trigger. APIA finally starting to find that the home side are working ways around them. They're finally starting to pick them apart, but yet to really test an elite in goal. Could Amelia Cass's right-footed cross outswinging in cause some damage? One hand raised again, just as it was for the free kick some 5 minutes ago. It's a really good-looking ball in. It's been allowed to bounce and cleared by Talia Capitanellis. Macarthur somehow not at the races. It's come back to the corner kick taker. A different angle this time. Another sensational ball in. And it will be consecutive corners. One from the right, one from the far side left. Casa will try to cross to take it again. This is much better by the home side, who, as mentioned, are starting to be on the same wavelength as each other. It's been several times in the first third of this game where passes have been good, but not been met by an on-rushing attacker. Finally, it's starting to cause some damage. One hand raised again. Really good-looking ball in again, floated so well. Mifsud was the target. She'll trudge across and try slow down Jasnos's clearance. What a touch there by Susan Fonsong-Cam. She's got the only goal of the day so far. Ash Letter is running in behind, but got the disguised pass wrong. Well dealt with there by young Liana Luong, youngest player on the pitch, as she will so often be throughout the season. Making her 7th start of the season. Consecutive starts for her too. Tegan Bertolicio away as well certainly helps with that. Really nice ball towards Liana Luong. Cuts past Capitanellis. Dizzy Dowling on the halfway line. Finding Sarkis with a really nice ball. Malone been so good this afternoon. Winsensky's come central here. Feeds it wide. Santos was offside. And she's unhappy with herself. "35 minutes played, 1-0 it remains." Strong header one there by the young right back, kept alive here by Marcela Santos, who has scored numerous goals here since joining Australian footballing clubs, as that ball goes well over from Mona Walker. Just the 59 goals in the 4 years she's been here, Marcela Santos. That rate has gone down since she joined the First Division, but her ability to do things outside of goal scoring, fantastic and vital to this team. Fragale, Letta, lovely ball and lovely finish. 2 to the good. First Fonsong-Cam, then Ash Letta, who extends her lead. She tightens her grip on the Golden Boot race. Goal number 17 in the league, her 18th in all comps, and believe it or not, in game number 97 for APIA. It is the 87th goal in her 4 years here. It is a wicked return of a player who has defined the NPL women's for the best part of a decade. An uncompromising finish following a fantastic run in behind. And that is the story of the day, and so often of APIA's season. Ash Letta gets on the score sheet, and they find a way to win. She was off balance as she took the shot, if you watch it back. And as a result, she had to actually backflip as she took the shot and lost her footing. But it's the mark of somebody so brilliant that she can do that, be off balance, and still find a way. She'll make sure that her oppressor receives a yellow card. The first caution of the afternoon, it goes to Megan Mifsud. It's also her first yellow card of the season. Ash Letters forced her into it with some brilliant hold-up play. So Fonsonkamp is going to whip this in deviously, you imagine. Walker is there, and it forces a save, Coelho, but I think what we were all waiting for came true. The offside flag was raised. Malone attracts attention before eventually APIA let off, knowing she's basically unpressable. Santos, lovely. Liana Luong. Munsensky. Oh, really, really good work to find Santos again. Oh, my word. Jasnos came in with no regard for anything but the ball. And as a result, Santos has hit the deck and fallen rather awkwardly on a pitch that's not too kind to those who don't brace for a landing. Ouch. Hopefully she's okay. Yeah, that was not nice. A really awkward landing. Well, it's certainly not what the home side need when they're down 2 goals, having heavily rotated already for tactical reasons. They don't want to be losing somebody who was brought back into the starting fold. And certainly not somebody with such ability. She's unmoving right now. It's been nearly 90 seconds of just assessing her well-being. And she remains in a world of hurt. If you happen to have the ability to scroll back and watch Jasnos, who, by the way, is not going to be cautioned or anything like that. It was a perfectly well-timed challenge, but she came in hard and fair. Santos was just upended and fell directly on what I believe to be the tailbone, and that's not a cushioned. Well, none of this pitch is cushioned at all. It's the trade-off for being able to play on it 24/7, 365. A synthetic pitch, it's quite rather hard underfoot, or perhaps on this occasion under tailbone. Well, this is going to add numerous minutes to the end. We finally get our World Cup-esque hydration break on minute 39. Remain down. The physio now taking a second to move. He's going to make an assessment of the area. I hope it's not as serious as a tailbone fracture, but honestly, it could be. The fall was rather vicious. He's doing all the necessary tests. And they're going to bring a stretcher onto the pitch. So I think the decision has been made. It is fair to say. Well, this is so unfortunate. The headline marquee signing perhaps of their off-season Marcela Santos, the brilliant Brazilian, is going to be forced off the pitch in game number 14 for the club. Wearing the captain's armband today off the back of what was a really, really well-timed run in behind. She was upended in a challenge, and she's come out of it, not just worse for wear, she's come out of it terribly. She's in a world of hurt, and I'm not sure she sort of understands how she's going to get off this pitch in any kind of comfort. Got to be careful as well, because in the manner that she fell, obviously could be the spine they're worried about as well. The lower parts, the L5 area. Taking every precaution to make sure that she's as best looked after as possible. But the issue is going to be rolling her onto a stretcher, which is going to require her to be back down, which is where the pain, the source of the pain is. So how are they going to get her across? I got a feeling this might be a longer wait than we may have first thought. Because if she can't roll, there is no way to get her off the pitch. So technically the third choice captain in Chantel Manini comes across to have a chat along with Ash Letter to the referee. So I think we're headed for what's going to be an extended break. So if you've just joined us, unfortunately a Marcela Santos injury means that my guess is that we might have to call an ambulance. And as a result, this game is going to be delayed for an extended period of time. Keep an eye on the screen. We'll return back when play is on the way. But until then, 2-0 to the away side and a delay indefinitely as we look to care for the well-being of one of the players. We'll see you a little bit later.
field. Switches it out to the far side for Paige. Abdul Massi crossing it in. Sky Halmerick up for the header. And what a goal there. Sky, perfect position here for the ball. And it proved that she did. She's whipped that into the bottom corner there. So a massive change in Spirit personnel. Chance here for Fuller to get the shot away. And she has gotten the shot away and just through the fingers there. Excellent whipped in free kick there and rebounding off and tapped it in the...
So 2 straight starts for her after signing as Vanderlaan goes into the box. Short pass away to Phillips. Phillips shoots, gets it past Sophia Fante. And Petria Phillips has the opener here. Looking for Sarkis here on the near side. Put up into the air by Jasmine Melly. Luchtmeyer in behind the defensive line. Luchtmeyer lines up the shot, beats Sophia Fante, and it's 2-0. That's goal number 5. Corner comes in. Headed down by Barwick Gray. Ferris has put it home, and it's 3 for the Bulls. The Rams players want offside. Luchtmeyer goes into the box, across, looking for Phillips. It'll be pushed away by Liana Luong, only as far as Janaea Dos Santos cuts back on the left. Janaea Dos Santos off the underside of the crossbar. We've got 3 kickoffs at 5 p.m. Amber Luchtmeyer into the box. Luchtmeyer shoots. Luchtmeyer at the double. And Amber does indeed have the answer.
Got shut off, and now it's Anton. Anton will just slide a ball onto her right. On the field now, should note his grass as well. So there's the header by Gordon. Oh, Gordon! Again, we'll look to her right. She does go to McMahon. McMahon can't take the shot. Ball slides into the middle. Beth Gordon's got a chance to make it a double. Beth Gordon! Make it 3. Roche makes the first save. Evans hits the bar, bounces back. Finally, it's in. Mortlock sweeping up. And the Northern Tigers lead 3-0.
That one's been turned in. Goal to UNSW. There's the opener we were talking about.
It's a 2-0 loss to the Wanderers and then a 1-0 loss to Spirit. On the attack here, trying to get a quick one. Trimmers, that's a good ball in towards Nathan. And she taps it in. Bates. Low cross, it's flicked on. And that's a fantastic header. Just what they were after. Committed. And now Kerr has stayed on side here. It's with Kerr. She gets the touch and gets her second goal of the night to put Manly in front on the 88th. Just her 7th start of the campaign here tonight in all competitions. That includes the 23s. Trimis is getting forward herself. An Olympic equaliser.
Let's come out here to Pepino on the charge. Surrounded by uni players. Still going is Pepino. Nearly got the pass away to Karmas. Pepino with an early goal for the Gladesville Ravens. And there it is, top left corner from Asher Sutton.
In the corner goes Davidson's attacking. It gets the header, and they're celebrating. And is it going to count? It is. So a bit of confusion, but there you go. Keeps it moving on the left-hand side. There's 2 of them there as Capitanelis crosses in and just about kept it out, but there's a header, and that'll be put in. So they weren't behind for long, and APIA Leichhardt, I think it's Fongsongkham getting the celebrations. Now Walker, good ball, Capitanelis, and now little prod. Here's Fongsongkham left side of the box, squares it, and a chance for Letta, and Ashley Letta has slammed it into the back of the net. And APIA will be... That is a good touch from Bofields, directing the runners, so Capitanelis. The cut inside, beats the challenge now. This is a good shooting option. Capitanelis, what a brilliant goal to make it 3-1. Cutting inside, that left foot absolutely deadly. boomed forward by Robo. Now, Fongsokan stayed on side. We'll give chase. He'll get to this one. A little fake. Now, Fongsokan, great work. Chance here, and Chris Gillis. That is wonderful. Susan Fongsokan. Off the long pass. Kept
Wild game is happening at the arch rivals of today's home side, Bulls Academy, also based in Macarthur, of course, currently down 3-0 to bottom of the table NWS Spirit. Well, formerly bottom of the table. They've since jumped up in the last 2 weeks, I should say, following a couple of really, really good winter signings, you'd have to say. That's a massive result in the top 4 race. Should it stay the way it is with 4 minutes left to go in that one. It means in the live standings, with Uni New South Wales also winning today, that they will remain top. Well, they're currently up by 2 goals over Illawarra. Bulls have had their gap cut to them by APIA, and we're waiting on the Wanderers as well to play their game. That kicks off in 29 minutes at 5 p.m. So, after all that, Jordan Yasnos's tackle that led to the injury and a nearly hour delay means that we're going to go back and finally take a throw-in. Liana Luong will do so for the home side. A 2-goal game to rescue as the ambulance somewhat awkwardly goes off in back play. We will finally get back underway. And that we are. 6.5 minutes left to play of a game that has had a 47-minute delay, a 47-minute wait where players have had to cool down, re-warm back up, readjust their focus. Might that change, flip, alter the script in any kind of way? We'll see who settles into the rest of this very small, shortened first half and see who comes out of it better at the start of a second after that shorter break. I wonder what the team talks have been like. I wonder how might these two teams respond. Also waiting for the exact confirmation of who the substituted on player was. Oh, and straight away it could be the impact. It wasn't to be on this occasion, but running straight through on goal, having only just come on, was Kira Bobbin. Oh my word, well that would have been quite the welcome to the game in place of the captain. Cleared away by Anna Leitz. Only a couple of minutes left to go in this first half, which I'll remind you only is going to have a 10-minute break between drinks. Sent in behind towards Capitanellis. 2 in the middle. Lane and Letta. Oh, it's a really, really well-hit ball across the face of the goal, and it was expertly cleared away by Macarthur, who, after fashioning a chance for themselves just moments ago, are back defending for their lives. Minutes after the restart. Majority of the Rams are into the box defending Bar Munsensky. Very good ball delivered in and onto the top netting. My word, it looked like I might have crept in for an Olympico, but not to be. From Susan Fonsong Cam. Something she's capable of doing. Every player crosses to the far side of the pitch for this long goal kick. Coelho eventually came off the head and found Mona Walker. Sent out wide really well. Lane cuts past her oppressor, wins it back fortuitously, delivers a ball in towards Capitanellis. It's cleared away by Liana Luong. Out of the sky. Great control there by Millie Kassa. Finds Musensky. And then to Kira Bobbin. Something to prove here this afternoon, having been dropped for this game. Just so composed. And the footwork is a joy to watch Anna Leet. Looks like she's been forced out wide for the rest of this first half, perhaps the rest of the game. Gabby Sarkis. And then sent away. Luong. Musensky runs square, looking for options. Mifsud, who has been cautioned, might I remind you. Plummer looking to feed it in behind towards Bobbin. And easy work for the goalkeeper. Bobbin looking for her first goal in NPL New South Wales football, first grade, that is. Kicek finds Fragale, who got the assist for Ash Letter's goal a couple of minutes before we had that interruption in play. Mona Walker. Mia Golding now launches it forward. Just a couple of seconds left to go in this first half. Not too long at all. Golding. Beautifully done, Sarkis. Musensky sends it in behind towards Gabby Sarkis. There's half a chance here for the Rams. They keep it alive through Leong. Sarkis fashions a shot at goal. Never going to trouble the hands of Annalete, who then has the ability to clip it out wide like that. Manidi wearing the captain's armband got there first. Sakura Nojima runs into Estelle Fragale. This is Liana Luong. Square pass to Darcy Malone was Rams' best in the first half. On the halfway line finds Mifsud, who sends it out wide, but it's a poorly hit pass on her comparatively weaker left. Letta, this is dangerous, running straight at defenders. Luong will test her composure and her dribbling. She's done just fine. Squeezes this pass out wide. Even better, reversal in behind. Bobbin does well to clip it off with the outside of her right. Bobbin receives it back from the Japanese import superstar. Still Bobbin bearing down on goal. And she finds Annalete's hands. Not for the first time in the last couple of minutes. An untested save. Now APIA come forward. It's been an open couple of seconds. Lane cuts it back inside towards Mona Walker. This is really good by the Kiwi youth representative and wins a throw-in for APIA. Wow, 4-4 between Bulls Academy and NWS Spirit. That is a seriously entertaining 8-goal game. And there's still a little bit of time to go, but that's a really good goal and point it might prove to be for the Bulls as they hunt a premiership. Casa. And played their way into danger here. Walker. At the back stick is Capitanellis. Golding heads it towards that area. Quello palms it away. Danger still on the Rams here. Apia trying to keep their finger on the pulse. They slow it down as Yasnos puts it onto her right-hand side. Fragale welcomes the contact. Sends it back towards Maya Lobo. Second phase of this play underway. Gorgeous clipped pass to find her right back, Golding. Right, that's the end of the first half. No complaints from either side. It was a rather long wait to finish this first half. 10 minutes either way. 2-0 it is to the visitors. Apia, thanks to, of course, the most recent goal of Ashley, which feels like such a long time ago. But Susan Fonsong came just 10 minutes into this one. Had this game broken open fantastically well. Two good goals by two great players as these two teams split at what is going to be a very short halftime break. We'll see you guys in a matter of minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Field switches it out to the far side page. Abdul Massi crossing it in. Sky Holmerick up to the header. And what a goal there. Sky, perfect position here for the ball. And it proved that she did. She's whipped that into the bottom corner there. So a massive change in Spirit personnel. Chance here for Fuller to get the shot away. and she has gotten the shot away and just through the fingers there. Excellent whipped in free kick there and rebounding off and tapped it in the...
So 2 straight starts for her after signing as Vanderlaan goes into the box. Short pass away to Phillips. Phillips shoots, gets it past Sophia Fante. And Patria Phillips has the opener here. Looking for Sarkis here on the near side. Put up into the air by Jasmine Melly. Luchtmeyer in behind the defensive line. Luchtmeyer lines up the shot, beats Sophia Fante, and it's 2-0. That's goal number 5. Corner comes in. Headed down by Barwick Gray. Ferris has put it home. And it's 3 for the Bulls. The Rams players want offside. Luchtmeyer goes into the box, across, looking for Phillips. It'll be pushed away by Liana Luong, only as far as Janaea Dos Santos cuts back on the left. Janaea Dos Santos off the underside of the crossbar. We've got 3 kickoffs at 5 p.m. Amber Luchtmeyer into the box. Luchtmeyer shoots. Luchtmeyer at the double. And Amber does indeed have the answer.
Got shut off, and now it's Anton. Anton will just slide a ball onto her right. On the field now, should note his grass as well. So there's the header by Gordon. Oh, Gordon! Again, we'll look to her right. She does go to McMahon. McMahon can't take the shot. Ball slides into the middle. Beth Gordon's got a chance to make it a double. Beth Gordon! Make it 3. Roche makes the first save. Evans hits the bar, bounces back. Finally, it's in. Mortlock sweeping up. And the Northern Tigers lead 3-0.
That one's been turned in. Goal to UNSW. There's the opener we were talking about.
It's a 2-0 loss to the Wanderers and then a 1-0 loss to Spirit. On the attack here, trying to get a quick one. Trimmers, that's a good ball in towards Nathan. And she taps it in. Bates. Low cross, it's flicked on. And that's a fantastic header. Just what they were after. Committed. And now Kerr has stayed on side here. It's with Kerr. She gets the touch and gets her second goal of the night to put Manly in front on the 88th. Just her 7th start of the campaign here tonight in all competitions. That includes the 23s. Trimis is getting forward herself. An Olympic equaliser.
Let's come out here to Pepino on the charge. Surrounded by uni players. Still going is Pepino. Nearly got the pass away to Karmas. Pepino with an early goal for the Gladesville Ravens. And there it is, top left corner from Asher Sutton.
In the corner goes Davidson's attacking. It gets the header, and they're celebrating. And is it going to count? It is. So a bit of confusion, but there you go. Keeps it moving on the left-hand side. There's 2 of them there as Capitanelis crosses in and just about kept it out, but there's a header, and that'll be put in. So they weren't behind for long, and APIA Leichhardt, I think it's Fongsongkham getting the celebrations. Now Walker, good ball, Capitanelis, and now little prod. Here's Fongsongkham left side of the box, squares it, and a chance for Letta, and Ashley Letta has slammed it into the back of the net. And APIA will be... That is a good touch from both Ills, directing the runners, so Capitanelis. The cut inside, beats the challenge now. This is a good shooting option. Capitanelis, what a brilliant goal to make it 3-1. Cutting inside, that left foot absolutely deadly. That's boomed forward by Noble. Now, Fongsongkham stayed on side. We'll give chase, he'll get to this one. A little fake, now Fongsongkham, great work. Chance here, and just goes. That is wonderful. Susan Fongsongkham. Off the long pass, kept
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, a shorter half-time break following a 47-minute delay towards the back end of the first half. No updates yet from around the grounds on how Marcelo Santos is going. Probably still likely in transit to the nearest hospital. Either way, this game delayed has opened up a couple of really interesting conversations and talking points for us to discuss and you to ponder on at home. Who might come out of the blocks the more rejuvenated of the two? Essentially, everybody's been allowed to, get some food into their system and take the game head on as if it's a brand new game. A second half that's going to feel like a first half. Most of these players will be back up towards 80% now, you'd imagine. And how might this impact the second half? Well, I think it's going to mean that we get a very, very fast-paced second stanza. My name is Mark Topoli. It's a pleasure to have you here. We're just waiting on our referees before we get started again. Both teams are ready to go. I've had enough of the waiting here this afternoon as we creep towards, technically, the evening. Game should technically actually be finishing right now. Should we have stayed on course, stayed on time? 10 minutes to 5. Not to be. Just about to start the second period of play. Great to have you guys here. I'm sure that everybody here watching along at Linwood Park is grateful that they was smart enough, wise enough to bring a jumper with them. Still waiting on the referees. Chats between players of both sides out there right now. Looks like APIA have made a sub. So a return to the pitch. It is for Jamie Beaufils. This is just the third game she's participated in following her signing from Sydney Uni. Returned in round 11 via the 23s. And the number 8 then came off the bench in first grade in round 14 and 15. She's going to get her longest stint so far. I'm still waiting on the referees. They're the ones who told us we'd get a shortened break. There they are. Off to the side there. There's a really healthy canteen, so I wouldn't be surprised if they had dabbled in there. I certainly did. I can tell you that. Be a number 8. The one that I recognise immediately. That was Gabby Sarkis you saw just there, having a chat to what I imagine is a family member or friend. Gabby Sarkis has a really interesting story. She spent several years overseas at the University of Jamestown Jimmies, where she played football for them and picked up 10 goals, 4 assists in 2024, 11 goals and 8 assists in 2022. She missed all of last season, essentially, with an ACL injury. She's come back, this being her 16th game of the year. She's picked up 2 goals on what's been a healthy return to football for her. What's she going to bring us in the second half as well? Referees back out onto the pitch. Subs made for one side. Let's see what this second half has in store. APIA get us restarted. Now running left to right across your screen. The home side running from right to left, yet to use their bench from a tactical perspective. Forced to, of course, go to it to bring on Kira Bobbin in that 17 jersey. The Canberra United representative who scored just the measly 27 goals along with 16 assists in the Australian Capital Territory Premier League in 2025. Picked up the Player of the Year, Bobbin, at Belconnen United. Looking for her breakout moment. Ooh, nearly given away, and Annalise does the sensible thing and just honks it clear. And it actually could work out really well as it's fed in behind, but Mifsud intervenes as it was looking for Letta. That's really good to keep that move alive, and it's sent down the far flank to Bobbin. She's got 2 options inside. She goes for herself, and it touches off the top of the crossbar. It was nearly the most sensational maiden goal you could have possibly asked for, Kira Bobbin. But that's been the story of her season in a way. So close. And yet no cigar. Better signs immediately from the home side. It looks like as well, there has been a change. That's because the captain's armband has changed over back to the actual captain of Macarthur Rams. Eliza Amendolia is onto the pitch, a half-time sub. This is Sarkis. She's running square, past Walker. She now steers her way into the box. It creeps outside of it, and Jasnos stands her up before it's delivered in again. And then, oh, it's a missed chance. Another one searching for their maiden goal. Millie Casa blazes it over. And APIA have seen two massive moments nearly end up in the back of their nets. Pressure alleviated thanks to woodwork and a slight lack of composure on the second time. So they have made a tactical shift. Kicek. Jasnos. Dicing with danger, but she keeps it well in possession of APIA. Kicek goes back to Leeds. Maybe not for the first time. Honks it away, and it goes out on the full. This time it'll be a throw-in for Macarthur, who have started better in this second half, much better. In the kind of manner you'd wish for them to do in order to give us a contest. That, to my knowledge, means that Darcy Malone has come off, which is a substitute that surprises me personally. Thought she was fantastic. Perhaps it was an injury she picked up as well. Amendolia doing it all herself. Casa did not beat the offside line. And her foray forward is brought to a rather quick halt. A strong touch off the chest by Captain Ellis. That's got a sting, surely. Fonsongkham drops it in to Jasnos and Kicek now. Bobbin leading the press. Really good incisive pass to find Mona Walker. Lovely triangle being formed with the left back here, but then it's given away. Liana Luong does really well. Mona Walker stepped in and sent it out. So it'll be a throw-in for the home side. The Rams looking for a way back into this game. Kicek holding up Bobbin well. She's got something to prove here tonight, but she gets her touch wrong and goes out. She's a little frustrated with herself. "50 minutes played, 5 of the second half. 2 chances, 2 very good chances for the team looking for a way back into it. APIA, and specifically Anna Leet, yet to keep a clean sheet in her now 4 games for the club. Fragale. Getting plenty of instruction from the travelling APIA contingent here was Estelle Fragale. Should be left here for Coelho. It is. No, under hit. Missed Amendolia entirely, and they've been forced to surrender possession. Good hounding there by APIA. Played towards Mia Golding, whose touch is decent, keeps it alive. Sends it inside towards Fragale, given away. Now there's some space for Kira Bobbin to find Millie Casa, and 2 A-League women's players link up well. Casa cuts back past 1, slows things down. Amendolia feeds it in behind. Another one with something to prove here today. Sarkis, an option out wide. She plays Musensky out wide. And she delivers it in. It's cleared away by Maya Lobo. And then more comprehensively by Jasnos. Macarthur, Rams knocking on the door now. Casa, brilliant work. And Bobbin! Posting in. She does have her maiden goal. Finally. And Macarthur have a way back into the game. They have come out of the blocks absolutely firing. And now they've halved the deficit with plenty of time to rescue more than just a solitary point. A time stood still as it batted in off Anna Leit's post. And it was a ripping finish. Well, after a goal in 23s, after not getting too many match minutes across 4 appearances at Canberra United, a goal back in first grade for Kira Bobbin has been, probably in her opinion, a long time coming, but might that spurn and inspire her into a season where she starts knocking them in a bit more regularly, and certainly Macarthur will be hoping so. It was a typical striker's finish, lashed across the face of the keeper, and we have a contest. Trying to respond straight away to restore a 2-goal cushion. APIA yet to really get into the attacking third of the game just yet. A strong header one there by Jasnos. And Eliza Amendolia is saying that she was pushed. She's not going to have her claims heard, or at least not have her claims listened to by the referee. Here she is, Amendolia feeding a ball in behind towards Sarkis. This is Casa, who just picked up another assist for the Rams, but she gives it away. And now there's some space. There's been more Macarthur Rams numbers forward, but it means that in this second half there are less back. Fon Song Cam finds Beaufils, who's just come onto the pitch. That's well done by Jamie Beaufils, who steers it towards the front post. I think she was trying to cross it, and it wasn't to be. Oh, living dangerously, but you can always trust somebody with the technical ability of Sakura Nojima, who's Japan just won 4-0 over Tunisia in the Men's World Cup as well. She would have had plenty of time to check her phone to know that. Mona Walker drops it back in towards Christina Kicek and squares it to her centre-half partner, Maya Lobo. Bonfils. Beaufils running square. Just cuts back for the time being. Still getting first grade minutes in her legs, and then eventually she'll be hoping to narrow in on a starting spot permanently. Fragale. Inside towards Susan Fon Songcam, whose goal no longer considered the winner, just the opener. Loose touch, but recovered under slight duress from Musensky, and that forces them to go all the way back to Annalite. She's got no options immediately, then eventually opens up her body to find Kicek again on the return. Now, drops it back into Leet. This is now Lobo. Mia Golding making the run in behind her. She has all game, all season given away, and now they have the numerical advantage running forward. Gabby Sarkis, she squares it towards Casa. Turns away from danger, and then past Capitanellis. Oh, one back by Capitanellis, and then Liana Luong was forced to send her into touch. A missed opportunity there for the Rams, with the scoreboard separated by just a goal. Throw-in taken. Kicek here. The switch for Beaufils is very much on. Lobo finds Golding, who now finds Beaufils, who's replaced Imogen Lane at half-time. Up into the air, looking for Fon Songcam, who can always take it under control. That is exceptional work from Susan Fon Songcam. And a good ball in as well. Maniti was there to clear away. Fon Songcam! Oh, crossbar! Smashed off of her left foot. One today, not enough for her, it seems, as she Hounds for a second one. APIA now back to their straps, it seems. Dropped back in towards Capitanellis, who delivers a good ball in. Letter was there. Headed away. A bit more comprehensively this time. The danger seems to be lost on the Rams, and they clear it away. Amendolia now sending it in behind towards Sarkis, but a really good touch out of the sky from Lobo. Big bump there. Very physical contest. Fantastic to watch. Fragale in to do her bit, and Sarkis did so well. What a touch, by the way, from Susan Fonsongkham before eventually finding that left-footed strike that almost rendered a goal of the season contender. Jeez. The touch out of the sky. Go and watch it back. It is sensational stuff. Right, for the first time in the entire second half, play seems to have slowed down. The tempo has dropped a little, allowing APIA to shut their stuff in possession. Beaufils hugs the touchline. Now she runs inside to receive. Golding will find Jamie Beaufils. Gives it back to the right back. And this is a really nice bit of play. Fonsongkham. Mifsud has to be careful already on a yellow. And she does really well. Megan Mifsud. Well, there is Malone still on the pitch. In fact, it's not. That's Amalia Plummer, the left back, who's looked like she's come central for the time being. So indeed, Malone is off. My eyes are not deceiving me. Oh, free kick one here by the Rams. So this APIA line sitting very high, some 5 yards away from the 18-yard marking. Nojima plays it short. Plummer. An inverted role for this second half, it seems, for Amalia. At least for the time being. Good work here. Luong's ball in is good and cleared away. Macarthur knocking on the door here. So Melly Casa will take. It'll be an outswinger here at Linwood Park. All the big bodies are forward. Kira Bobbin, chief among them. It's another really good ball in and it's cleared away. Comes back to the corner kick taker some 30 yards from where she took the initial kick. Lovely footwork. Really good footwork. Have a hit from distance. And Leet tips it over. They're playing with more freedom, more expression, and it's opening up so many more avenues for the Rams, who are most certainly looking the more likely to score the next goal. How long can they sustain this rich rain? A short option in the captain. Musensky is free. Leet claims a really, really strong claim. And she plays it relatively quickly. And a good touch by Luong, who came central of the defence to mop up from that corner that was cleared. And now APIA can slow things down, take the momentum out of the game when the Rams have certainly been looking to find their way back in. They're doing everything they can at the moment. The 2/3 mark of the game has been reached 15 minutes into this second half. 60 minutes we're on. And these first 15 minutes or so have flown by here at Linwood. Good touch out of the sky and sent square towards Casa, who's had a great second half so far. Nojima invites the pressure and turns away from it. Fonsongkham was the one playing the oppressor role. Strong header one there by Jamie Beaufils. This is dangerous because, again, there's less numbers back for the Rams. And Letta, not quite sure she knew exactly where she was in the box. She steered it well wide of the right-hand upright. Coelho will be certainly grateful for that. Played short to Chantal Manini, who has an option ahead of her. She opts to send it longer. Musensky got a touch to it, but Mona Walker recovered it. But Sarkis is running in behind. Can she find her? Maya Lobo is there. She'd be wise to head it away. She opts to clear it away, and somehow APIA have survived a real significant scare there. And Kicek clears it away, but still Maniti for the Rams. The 2024 Blacktown Spartans Player of the Year in what was a pretty dismal campaign for the club. Found her way here and has been rather quite successful. Young centre-back Chantal Maniti. And Leet picks up the loose ball eventually. She drops it now to avoid conceding a corner kick as per the new laws. Fon Song Kam has been found expertly by her goalkeeper. Anna Leet's footwork is just of such a high echelon. Good, incisive pass to find Kira Bobbin, whose back is to goal, though. She sends it back to the player who found her in the first place, Musensky. Then tries to cross it in towards Nojima, who's their top goal scorer this season. It's Nojima still, and cleared away by Maya Lobo against her former club, no less. APIA are struggling to contain a Macarthur Rams outfit that have burst out of the blocks and kept their momentum going. Too much time on the ball was the claim by Anna Leet and cleared away. You could hear her yelling at them to finally just click into the gear that we saw them play at in the first half. Really well done by Megan Mifsud. Mifsud juggling this year, playing football and representative level AFL as well. It's great to have her back in the NPL space, having last featured for Football New South Wales Institute, of course. Currently playing for the Parramatta Goannas at the same time as being a Macarthur Rams stalwart in defence. Chance here again, Kassa sending it out wide. Musensky, the young'uns combining here for the Rams. Musensky directing play. Kassa was beaten to it by Mona Walker. Capitanellis, our letter would have been offside anyway, it did not matter. But they surrender possession again. APIA long ball, currently the route. Plummer sends it forward off the head of Bobbin there, who did win it, but nobody there to run onto where it was directed. Fragale has time. Golding with an inverted run, and she clips it in behind. Well dealt with there by Liana Luong, but Capitanellis is keeping right on her toes. It's Capitanellis who bangs it over. Brad Attard, the coach of APIA, clearly happier with that passage of play and how they worked through both sides of the pitch from back to front. But he'll certainly want to see more, I think, in defensive transition. Maniti. Oh, living dangerously. Fon Song Kam slipped, but won it back for her side. Walker, and then she's given it away. It's uncharacteristic. Thought about the long shot from distance. The wrong choice. Didn't get enough backlift. That's unfortunately the wrong choice for Eliza Amendolia. Fon Song Kam. Oh, Bobbin, really well done to ride the contact there. Amendolia, whom we know is so technically proficient. It wasn't a foul given against the Macarthur Rams captain. It was for what Bobbin had to deal with some 3 seconds earlier. 65 minutes played, 2-1 the score. The away side with their backs against the wall for the second half. So Amelia Kassa will stand over this one from some 40 yards out. And Elite sets up a one-woman wall in the shape of Susan Fon Song Kam, whose goal today was sensational. Many Rams in the box. Leitz comes for it. Oh, that's just wonderful world-class handling of the ball. what a weapon that is to have between the sticks of your goal. I mean, to usurp Sophie Johnston, formerly Nee Magus, of course. Well, a couple of choice words for the referee brings about a wry smile from her and a bout of laughter from the travelling APIA contingent. Golding is given time to find Jamie Beaufils, who gives it away. Sarkis has been in the wars today. Mona Walker came in to try and scythe her down. Free kick given. Sarkis is saying, I was being grabbed as well. And she's asking, what can I do if I'm being grabbed? I am allowed to grab back, surely. Either way, the result is a Susan Fonsong-Kam free kick to be delivered in from such a dangerous angle. It's quite a way out as the two-woman wall is set up. Casa and the woman who gave away the free kick, and Gabby Sarkis. It's Fonsong-Kam who takes it and delivers a delicious ball in. It's cleared away. Well dealt with by the Rams. Sent out wide by Jasnos Fragale. Trivella pass to find, looks like Kitchek on the far side. Auxiliary winger for the time being as they recover from the set piece. Still free on this near side is Susan Fonsong-Kam. Might she receive it? That's Mia Golding, who's usually in the position that Susan's in, was just on the ball a moment ago. Oh, lovely work by the centre-back come winger. Sent in behind, and Kitchek not to be. A rush of blood, perhaps. Oh, and she's trodden on her opponent's foot there. So two players out of the game in a moment. Plummer sends it square to Chantal Manidi, who had the privilege of wearing Macarthur's captain's armband for all of 6.5 minutes. A lot of space here for APIA to play the ball. Up to go backwards a few times. It frustrates Mona Walker. They win a free kick, so from one in swinging from a right footer, perhaps this time for a lefty. And forward goes Kitchek. Forward goes Lobo. Forward stays Ash Letter, of course. Mona Walker in the mix too. Fonsong-Kam currently free at the back stick. You'd imagine she would linger around the edge of the box for a loose ball. It is delivered in. It's headed and looked for Letter down in the box. Look like Jamie Beaufils, I believe. She's got up okay. Sent in behind. Nojima is there. She's going to have to do a lot here if she wants to fashion a goal-scoring opportunity for herself. She sends it square. Gabby Sarkis. Sarkis still brilliantly done. Sarkis still going on. Has a tendency to run square. She's asking for the free kick. She's not going to get it, and she's incensed by the lack of a whistle. And now she's going to cop a yellow. Second yellow of the season for Gabby Sarkis. This one for a bit of dissent / show of frustration. Perhaps a few choice words as we hit minute 69 at Linwood Park. That's two Rams players and two total players for this match that have been shown the cheese. Kitchek knees it away. Letter onside. Manidi read it well. And sent into touch for a throw-in right on the precipice of APIA's attacking third of the pitch. They started to work themselves back into the game following a real purple patch for the Rams, where, of course, they did score a goal that cut the deficit in half. Interestingly, Hills United have taken the lead against the Wanderers, which means that APIA currently are back up into third place. "20 minutes left to go. Corner it will be. APIA really starting to strut their stuff again. Much more APIA-like. in swinger to be delivered in. Plenty of crowding of the goalkeeper going on now. It's headed. It looked like it was won by Kitchek. And they'll get a second bite of the cherry. Somehow wasn't directed towards goal. In fact, it might have been Leder in the mix. Leder putting the most pressure on the goalkeeper. Right on the money again. And headed out for a goal kick. APIA twice making contact. The first time, a slight tip-off, meaning they got a second bite of the cherry. The second time, going wide. But geez, they show what they can do from these set pieces so often. And Mendolia sends it out wide to Liana Luong, who gives it away, the young right back. Lobo. Kitchek. Waiting for the right passage to open up. Jasnos very rarely goes backwards or sideways. On this occasion does, though. Really strong work by Captain Ellis. And then made the right decision to play the early ball in. It was driven low and a critical block by Chantel Manidi. Getting dark out there. Cross well into the evening. Oh, a foul throw. Very rarely see those with the adjusted rules in the last couple of years, but hey, there's one off your bingo card. Well, a throw-in that was thrown away. Captain Ellis. Still such a good burst of acceleration. And that's pretty easy in the end for Isabella Coelho. Teenage goalkeeper making just her 7th start of the campaign. Not going to get her 4th clean sheet of it either. Well, it's certainly been a response that they were looking for, that Victoria Guzman was looking for, following a shocking defeat last week to their local rivals, the Bulls. Can they find a point, or perhaps more, the Rams late on in this match? Still just over 15 minutes left to go. In a game separated by just a goal, Mona Walker didn't quite get the back lift behind it. Not scared of scoring screamers. Mifsud. Played to her left back here, Plummer. Cuts inside and expertly finds Eliza Amendolia, who looks over her shoulder and plays a crisp pass out wide. Luong, who hangs it up in the sky, and an Aston Villa goalkeeper who broke through, and West Ham is not going to be troubled by that. Mia Golding, still full of running. 16 starts out of 16 for her this year, and you can tell why with the energy she brings. Not the cross on that occasion, given away, and Macarthur will go again. Look over the shoulder by Casa, and she sends it back towards the source of the pass. Nojima drops into receive instead and goes back out to where it's a little bit busier, and now they lump it forward towards Bobbin, who hasn't been as involved as much as you might have thought since her goal, and Christina Kitchek has done so well. Obviously, Claudia Chico on the bench today, as Fragale again invites contact and invites pressure and is able to turn away from it. Golding, lovely touch past Plummer. Golding still goes on. Fon Song Cam with letter to deliver to. Golding still. Strong challenge. Oh, and the spin of the ball unbelievably bounces it into the hands of the goalkeeper. I've not seen anything like that before, ever. Must have been in the thousands, the rotations that ball had on it. If it was a car, you'd be asking her to shift upwards. An injury concern here in the middle of the park for what looks to be Mono Walker. They're going to keep playing on, the Rams. They're entitled to do so. Bobbin. And now finally the referee will call an end to the play, and Rams are perhaps rightfully annoyed. Now the full concerns can go to Walker, who stayed down in back play. Right, changes being made. Amalia Plummer will go off. The entire APIA contingent are going to head to Kevin Bush and Brad Attard on the sideline for a bit of a pep talk, perhaps. Let's see who is to come on for the home side as they look to rescue this game. With 13 minutes left to go. Can't imagine there'll be too much added on. Well, at least until this point now. So, that looks like and sounds like Maya Yagi. Didn't realise Maya Yagi had an entire supporting cast with her, but supposedly she does. Well, doing the commentator's work was the ground announcer. Maya Yagi back onto the pitch for the first time since a long-stained injury that has kept her out for the best part of this season and months of the previous year too. Welcome back to the pitch. That was a very well-received substitute. Number 5 jersey she dons as she gets some much-needed match minutes into her legs. So Walker currently off, waiting for the referee's blessings to get back on. Here she is, Yagi. Finds Sarkis, running a Golding and still full of running. Gabby Sarkis into the box now. Yagi was there again. Sarkis gets a second bite of it. Can she finally deliver the ball in? Just waiting for the perfect opportunity to open up for her. Now she delivers a good ball in. And then Musensky, someone who was their top goal scorer last season, with 15 league goals, couldn't keep her head over the ball. And for such a prominent goal scorer, some must be wondering, will she get a better opportunity than that in the rest of the game? Something for her to personally rectify, perhaps, between now and the final whistle. Another let-off, though, for APIA. Strong by both Letta and Mifsud. It's worked out well for the Rams here. Sakura Nojima. Walker back onto the pitch. Mono Walker looking to deliver it in behind. Letta is there and nobody there for the cross that turned into a shot and goes out for a goal kick. She probably didn't realise how much time she actually had. It was a perfectly timed run. Clearly, Captain Eliza Amendolia not happy with the lack of a whistle there for the push from Plagale. I think it was perfectly fine. 10 minutes left to go. It's going to be a long 10 minutes for one and a very short, you imagine, for the other. Consecutive throw-ins. APIA make a couple of yards. No, punched into Fon Songkam and she dealt with it really well. Great turn there and great burst of pace. Letta feeds it out wide. Golding. Mia Golding. Not to be. Manidi. The right side of centre back sends it to her right back, Luong, and she receives it back again. Mifsud makes 30 yards here. Mosensky does well to find Kassa, who's dropped into almost play like a defensive midfielder for the time being. Run in behind Nojima. Christina Kicek is there. Sends it back to Leet. Her first touch is good. Her second one clears the danger. Only as far as Manidi on the halfway line, though, for the Rams. Kept alive. Kicek in bravely there. Mona Walker composed touch to Fonsongkham. And Letta was looking for it in behind. She didn't receive. Kicek and Lobo, the two centre-backs, will slow things down for APIA. Options hugging the near side touchline here. It goes to Mia Golding. Being closed down by Sarkis. Fragale looks over one shoulder. Plays it the direction she looked. Kicek. Yasnosu. She's done well to get it out of any kind of danger area. Lobo will look for Golding. How many times have these guys played this passage this season? Golding says, there's no way I was offside. Referee thought otherwise. 8.5 minutes left to go. A couple to be added on, perhaps. And Maya Yagi, who's just been subbed on a couple of minutes ago from her return from injury, has the ball, then receives it back. Plays it incisively to find Amendolia. Brilliant footwork. Another Trivella pass. Sarkis, who is bearing down on goal. Bobbing at the back stick. Sarkis goes herself. And Kicek defended it well. Goes towards Gabby Sarkis again. Needs to brush off that previous moment. Oh, lovely work. Sarkis, what about the delivery? Mosensky wins a free kick on the edge of the box. A massive moment in the game. The Rams, who were 2 goals down, desperate to claw it back with just a couple of minutes left to go in regular time. The question is, who will take it? It's one of those ones where you may say it's actually a little bit too close to goal for the free kick taker. It's maybe 20 yards out, so only 2 out of the 18-yard marking. It is going to be Amelia Kassa. Well, what a time it would be to get your maiden Rams goal. There is a 5 APIA strong wall. And Anna Leet to beat. It is Amelia Kassa who forces a strong diving save from Anna Leet. Capitan Ellis will pounce on the loose ball. Big contact, and the Rams come away with it. It was well struck by Millie Kassa. But to the right side, technically the left, of a goalkeeper who held her nerve. A goal here would kill off the contest. Can APIA find it? Jamie Beaufils sends it backwards towards Fragale. 1 assist today already. Ball in towards the back stick. Captain Ellis looking for 4 in 4 games. Headed back towards her own goalkeeper, Coelho, and she slaps at it away. And Rams will keep it alive. From Bobbin, who's dropped all the way back in to receive this ball. She gets past one with a quick turn of pace. Oh, really well done again by Kira Bobbin. She drops it back into Millie Kassa, who has an option out wide, and Maya Yagi. But the ball, that was deviously done by Jamie Beaufils. Another sub to come. This time, both teams will make 1 rotation each. So, Tia Mosensky is going to leave the pitch. 1 or 2 chances for her, one in particular quite late on. Could prove pivotal. My guess is that would be Georgia Chanduri in the number 50 jersey. We will see momentarily. Cleared, Lobo. Onto the roof. Ouch. That's quite a sound. It is young Georgia Chowdhury. Little test. Beaufils. Good touch off the chest. Sent forward towards Letta. But Mifsud was able to read it all the way. Manetti wants to be careful here. Yagi. Searched it by Chowdhury, her first of the game. She's fallen on her knees, unfortunately, and lost a shin pad, perhaps. No, given away, Bobbin was threatening, and Golding just sends it away as far as she can. She's clearly being pulled. Surely going to be a yellow card this time for Walker. Not to be. And then she's kicked the ball away as well. Back in play quickly. Chowdhury is threatening. Oh, lovely touch there by Lobo. Jamie Beaufils running straight at Yagi. Oh, she's done really well, Beaufils, and wins a free kick, and they'll take as much time out of the moment as they possibly can and as they should. Oh, lots of space here for Beaufils. Into Golding now. Time running out for the Rams to rescue something from it. APIA almost there. With 6 or 7 players missing from their regular first grade space. They have rotated and they have been strong today as a unit. But they're not all the way there yet. Nojima finds Casa. Good pass out wide. Feels like it has to be now for the home side. Bobbin does keep it alive. Luong is there. Capitanellis now. Letta trying to ride the contact. She does very well. Walker up into the sky. Won strongly there by Mifsud. Not the first time this evening. Right on the halfway line, Luong. Oh, massive coming together there. Right on Maya Yagi. Strong in there, Mendolia. Fragale, so well done. Yagi's got down in back play. A free kick one for APIA. More minutes to eat off from the clock. Oops, it's all becoming a bit frantic. Good call by the referee to tell everyone to just calm it because we're almost there. We don't need to lose players at this point in the match. APIA taking off Talia Capitanellis. Last couple of moments in the game. This is a good way to take the heat and the sting out of it too. Golding will take. Nobody there. Oh! What's going on in back play there? So we're going to bring a stop to the game. It's not a free kick or a foul. It's a coming together where we're checking on the well-being of Mifsud. So Lexi Modena has come on to help see out the game. Sixth appearance off the bench this season for young Modena. It's her first appearance since round 11 now, so she had to wait for 5. There's actually also, heading into the round, a first grade appearance would be her 31st game as of round 16. I imagine she probably participated in the 18s game prior to this as well, so that's this is game 32 for her as of round 16, which means she essentially plays 2 a weekend. Oh, there's a rather long delay here because Mifsud as did Letter, come together. It's the former who came off worse. There's a strategic team talk happening here on the near side with Modena and Mia Golding. Well, we are already a minute and a bit into added on time. In a game that's had plenty of added on time and stoppages. How much is the referee willing to give us? We're back in play after a dropped ball. I repeat, a dropped ball. Very frantic out there. Has to be now for the Rams. That's gone out. Sarkis couldn't keep it in. How might they work their way out of danger? Thrown as long as she possibly can. Modena flicks it on, but only as far as Casa. She tees it up and clips it in. Oh, Bobbin's lurking in there, and luckily for APIA, Leet was first to it. A massive moment in the game where their goalkeeper, who only joined several games ago, has come up clutch. Well, one there by Kitchek. Expertly done to win a free kick there. And again, slow things down. Take Macarthur's momentum out of it. And APIA can chew into the added on time with every passing moment. 2.5 minutes has already trickled on by. We're approaching 3. Brad Attard, you can hear on the far side, he's trying to narrow his pitch. Everyone bar Mia Golding on the left half of the pitch from a lineal standpoint. Throw in 1. They've made some 30 yards, APIA. Consecutive throw-ins, and since that free kick, just 2 touches of the ball ago, APIA have gone from their defensive third to right by the corner flag. This is the opportune moment to continue taking the sting out of the game and see off and keep these 3 points and return to the kind of streak that they were familiar with at the start of the year. It's right on the doors now of 3 in a row, while the Rams themselves will be winless in 3 in a row. Mifsud, who's shaken off any concerns to try and spread it expertly out wide. Bobbin up against Kitchek again. Leet was out of position for just a moment. Bobbin goes down. Free kick for who? It's going to be for the home side, who concede it. And APIA come away with it. And it just feels like that might be the last moment of the game. Or do I talk too soon? The 5th minute of added on time. And a game that kicked off at 3 p.m. It's nearly Christmas. And away it goes. That'll do it. A tightly fought contest is brought to an end, separated by just a goal, and it goes the way of the visitors APIA, who, as it currently stands, sit third, but with Wanderers playing their game right now and approaching half-time. Mind you, though, down 1-0 to Hills. Of course, it is certainly a much better showing than what the Rams produced this time last week when they went down 5-0 to their local rivals. It's a game where Victoria Guzman made plentiful changes and they rewarded her with an improved performance, but it is 3 games without a win. Fonsong Cam's chip might have been missed with a technical issue, but you'll have to keep an eye on the social media pages that most certainly caught that one. Ash Letter's goal proved to be the winner. And it was a sensational winner, a striker's winner, as she also often does. The injury to Marcela Santos is probably the biggest talking point. In fact, it's most definitely the biggest talking point of this game. We wish her, as she's probably just tuned in for a moment to see how her team went, we wish her all the best for one of the competition's favourite import players who has been so fantastic in her 4 years in the NPL across first and second division. Kira Bobbin got her maiden goal off at the back of another Millie Casa assist, but it wasn't enough for them to rescue any points out of this game at home. APIA have the test of heading to Manly at 5 p.m. next Sunday, while Macarthur Rams have dropped from 8th position at the start of the round to 10th as it currently stands. And they will have to continue rescuing their season up against Western Sydney Wanderers when they play here at 3 p.m. kickoff next Sunday, same as it was heading into this one. My name is Mark DePaul. It's been a pleasure to have you here for what has been a rather long 90 minutes. Thanks so much for your support in a moment where we were tested to see how we would all react to what was a very serious injury. Full credit to the Rams and APIA staff alike for making sure that Marcela Santos was looked after so well. Thanks for sticking by us, and we'll see you next time.